Welcome to my presentation. This is Dr. Mohammad Aminul Islam. In the beginning, I would like to thank the organizer for giving me the opportunity to present my research chair, honorable chair, co-chair, and dear audience. I would like to talk on application of pulp and paper industry waste in wastewater treatment. Now I would like to talk a brief background of my project. Well, why pollutant removal? Well, contamination of pollutants posing a huge threat to our ecological environment and exposure to high levels of pollutants such as metal ions can cause vomiting, asthma, pneumonia, vision difficulties, heart problems, thyroid damage, and cancer. And a significant level of metal ions in the soil can also cause acute toxicity to the plant kingdom. So it is very essential to remove these metal ions or other pollutants from wastewater. Now the question is, how can we remove these pollutants potentially? Well, it's simple using paper and pulp industry waste. Well, the use of pulp and paper is increasing worldwide, and wastes are therefore being produced in appreciable amounts, and sometimes it's very difficult to dispose these wastes to protect environment. Therefore, the use of this paper waste as adsorbents to treat wastewater is an interesting way because this pulp and paper industry waste materials contain cellulose. That means it contains a lot of carbon contents which can be promising for adsorbents to remove various contaminants and pollutants from polluted water. Moreover, these paper waste materials are mesopress in structure, which can be a potential avenue for pollutants. Then, huge amounts of paper mill sludge is generated during paper production. This can be also a problem for safe disposal. So it is really a good idea to use these paper mill slush as adsorbents. Here I have shown paper mill slush as different location of Malaysia. So this can be also used as adsorbents due to cellulosic materials and potential amount of carbon content. Now, paper waste to adsorbents. Here I have shown the typical process for conversion of pulp and paper industry to adsorbents. The main process involves collection of sludge from waste water treatment, and then it is pyrolysis and acid washing is done. Then carbon activated carbon or carbonaceous materials are produced, which can be good adsorbents for zero waste approach, new management option, potential adsorbent for wastewater treatment. Now, adsorption can be an important process for wastewater treatment because uh, this is much more convenient and requires less investment and is effective even at low concentrations. On the other hand, bioavailability, mobility, fate, and transport of metal ions are closely related to its adsorption desorption reactions. So it is very essential to use adsorption process. Moreover, it does not produce any secondary sludge or pollutants. So this process is very convenient and simple to use. Now, there are various processes for use of paper waste as adsorbents. For example, pulp and paper-based waste, untreated, low absorption, uh, biological oxygen demand, and high total organic carbon content. However, modified is physical and chemical methods are applied, then the process for parameters influencing adsorption, then mechanism of adsorption, and here I have shown the total procedure for use of pulp and paper based waste for adsorption study and their mechanism of adsorption. Let us consider some application of uh, pulp and paper industry waste activated carbon or carbonaceous materials for metal ion removal. Here I have shown a table for the application of uh, pulp and paper industry for metal ion removal. It is seen from the table that a wide range of pulp and paper industry derived materials has been used for the removal of various metal ions pollutants, and their absorption capacity was found to depend on numerous factors including nature of pulp and paper industry waste. Then anionic pollutants removal. It is also seen from this table that several types of anionic pollutants such as phosphate and fluoride have been removed using paper mill slush and paper and pulp industry derived materials, and again their absorption capacity varied notably for nature of adsorbent. Then organic dye removal. So from this table, it is seen that various types of paper and pulp industry waste have been used for the removal of various dyes, including ethylene blue, orange green, malachite green, methyl violet, etc. And their absorption capacity depends on several factors, including experimental conditions. So, from this then miscellaneous adds or miscellaneous pollutants removal. Several miscellaneous pollutants, including oils and organic solvents, pharmaceuticals, phenol, have been removed using pulp and paper industry derived slash. Here are the several examples. Now, key findings of our study. Our study summarizes the current state of the applicability of pulp and paper waste obtained from various sources to remove pollutants from aquifers. A diverse class of pulp and paper waste have been used to remove pollutants from wastewater, and adsorption capacity varied greatly depending on the type and nature of both pollutants and substrate, and the adsorption mechanism is typically described in terms of empirical, spectroscopic, and surface complexation model. However, in most cases, kinetic data fitted to pseudo second order kinetic model nicely, while equilibrium isotherm data could describe Langmuir equation satisfactorily. And paper waste can be utilized instead of more conventional but expensive adsorbents, particularly in developing countries where many industries lack waste management systems. Adsorption efficiencies are affected by the characteristic of the waste, the activation method, and experimental conditions. Adsorbents from paper industry waste can remove metal ions by both precipitate formation and chemisorption onto available functional groups. Modification of paper industry waste by means of thermal or chemical processes or by the impregnation of functional group may improve the pollutant adsorption capacity of this waste. And paper waste is a promising future generation adsorbent for the removal of pollutants on a large scale. In spite of limitations and challenges, this innovative work is worthwhile as it enables us to better understand contaminant removal process in single and multi-component system. The infiltrations of contaminants into the aquifers jeopardize public health and the ecosystems. And application of paper waste in wastewater treatment is a relatively new and promising field of study that still needs to overcome many challenges before their use in industrial scale. There is still limited information on the simultaneous removal of multi-pollutants using a paper waste. Notable research is necessary in this area. Most of the reported papers involve batch or column study, which is not feasible for large-scale wastewater treatment. Continuous mode is needed. Density functional theory has been very popular to understand adsorption mechanism. This study has not been applied for paper waste. And this presentation is dedicated to the people of Bangladesh and Australia. Thank you all.